One of the biggest questions homeowners ask us is how we come up with our cash offer number. And honestly, that's a fair question. If someone offers you less than what your home is worth on the open market, you deserve to know exactly why. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact formula we use. No secrets, no tricks, just math. Every legitimate cash buyer uses some version of what the industry calls the 70% rule. Here's how it works. We start with a number called the after repair value, or ARV. This is what your home would sell for on the open market after it's been fully renovated. We determine ARV by looking at recent comparable sales in your neighborhood. These are homes similar in size, age, and lot that have sold within the last 3 to 6 months, ideally within half a mile of your property. We're not guessing. We're pulling real data from the MLS. Next, we estimate repair costs. This isn't a number we pull out of thin air. We walk through the property with a licensed contractor and build an itemized repair list. Roof replacement, kitchen renovation, bathroom updates, flooring, HVAC system, electrical and plumbing upgrades, cosmetic work like paint and landscaping. Each line item has a real cost attached to it. On Long Island, a moderate renovation typically runs $30,000 to $60,000. Major rehabs with structural or system work can exceed $80,000 to $100,000. Then there are holding costs. From the day we buy your property to the day we resell it after renovations, we're paying the mortgage or carrying costs, property taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance. On Long Island, that adds up fast. Property taxes alone can run over $1,000 a month in Suffolk and Nassau counties. Total holding costs for a 3 to 6 month renovation typically range from $12,000 to $24,000 depending on the scope of work and the property's tax burden. We also pay closing costs twice, once when we buy the property from you and again when we resell it after renovation. Each closing involves title insurance, transfer taxes, attorney fees, and recording fees. In New York, closing costs typically run 3 to 5% of the sale price per transaction. On a property we buy at $400,000 and sell at $600,000, that's roughly $12,000 to $20,000 on the purchase side and $18,000 to $30,000 on the resale side. Finally, there's the profit margin. This is what makes the business sustainable. We typically target 10 to 15% of ARV as profit. But this isn't pure profit in the way most people think. It covers unexpected repairs that show up during renovation, market risk if conditions shift while we're holding the property, contractor delays, permit issues, and the capital we have tied up for months. Without this margin, there's no incentive to take on the risk. Let me put this all together with a real example. Say your home's after repair value is $600,000 based on comparable sales in your area. We estimate $50,000 in repairs, $18,000 in holding costs over 4 months, about $36,000 in total closing costs across both transactions, and a profit margin of roughly $72,000, which is 12% of ARV. That brings our offer to around $424,000. Now, I know that number looks significantly lower than $600,000, but remember $600,000 is what the home sells for after someone spends $50,000 on renovations and waits 4 to 6 months to resell. If you were to list the property as is, you'd likely sell for well below that number and still pay $30,000 to $35,000 in agent commissions, plus closing costs on top of any repairs you'd need to make. Here's how you can verify our numbers yourself. Look up comparable sales on Zillow or Redfin to check the ARV. Get your own contractor to walk the property and give you a repair estimate. Ask us for our line-by-line breakdown and compare it against your own research. We encourage this. A transparent offer only benefits everyone involved. If you want to see what the numbers look like for your specific property, call us at 51654-86558 or visit thepropertyfather.com. We'll walk you through the entire calculation and you can decide if it makes sense for your situation. No pressure, no obligation.